My heart is deeply inflicted by the tragedy in Hong Kong recently. We have all heard that there is a deadly fire um, happening in Taipo of Hong Kong. The casualty is already over 40, but sure, the casualties will be rising as more than 200 are still missing. Such kind of great fire I have experienced 17 years ago when I was still in Hong Kong. Now when we saw that this sad event, tragic event, deadly event happening in Hong Kong, it remind us about the great fire happened 17 years ago. The horrific scene that all of the Hong Kong people or even the whole world have witnessed in the scene or on the TV. It's so horrible. The great fire engulfed the whole building, and we can even see some person who cannot sustain the strong heat inside, and then they try to jump from high floors. We see a human figure jumping down. Of course, that person was killed, was found dead. But you can imagine the horrible situation at that time that the person would rather choose to jump down and kill himself rather than to be burnt inside. And we know that this person is still a middle age or young age person. He can still jump. He can still climb up and jump. But now in the tragic event in Taipo of Hong Kong, most of the inmates, most of the people living inside, they are old persons. They are the senior people in Hong Kong because it is a community with at least 8 buildings built 40 years ago. So the owners living there, the residents living inside, actually maybe around 40 or at least more than 30 years. So now they are at their old age. It is an old public housing in Hong Kong. We haven't seen such a great fire for 17 years, but it happened again. That means the living situation and the security of the housing or the security of the reconstruction of the housing are still a good problem unsolved in Hong Kong. We know that Hong Kong is famous for its small areas with very crowded buildings, crowded people. So they all live in a multi-story building. So all those buildings are at least 30 or more stories. So if those old people living in the high story, they surely they have no chance to escape. And then actually buildings over 30 stories are very common in Hong Kong, but those firefighting tools or facilities used by the Hong Kong Fire Department still cannot catch up with that high-story buildings. If a fire happened in these high-story buildings, you can see that the ladder is not enough. The water cannot be splashed into such a high height, and we find that nearly all those firefighters were sent to the scene, but that's not enough. So you can imagine the life of the Hong Kong people. Actually, every day they live in such a crowded area. Even walking on the street, crossing the street, actually is very dangerous. And then living in your own house can be very dangerous. You can imagine over 30-story, and then each story at least that kind of public housing, at least 6 or 8 or even more units in one floor. So that's why 8 buildings, more than 1,000 family living there, and then each family even just have 2 people, then that will be at least 2,000. So we can see that when a fire broke out, just maybe start from a certain area outside a certain floor of a certain block of this estate. When the fire broke out, it quickly breaks out into a quick fire and engulfed not only the whole building but all the buildings around across those scaffolding, bamboos, and those flammable fences. Now they find out that they are flammable. They cause the fire to even burn faster, and we all know the reasons why this fire can break out so fast, and then a small fire can turn into a big inferno just within half hour, killing so many people, trapped so many people inside, and even a firefighter was already killed by the fire. I think we pray that God will save and protect those firefighters, and we pray that all those trapped inside still have a chance to be saved and then alive. Hong Kong has been famous as a paradise, right? In the past years, since since Hong Kong was developed into a modernized international city, it is famous for tourism, for shopping, and then it has a glimpse of shopping paradise. Yeah, the life in Hong Kong can be a paradise only if you already have a house, a place, not to say an individual house like those in the US or in Europe. Just a room which can be claimed as your house, your home, okay? Just a small room, just a few square meters, okay, square meter, not square meter, just a few hundred square feet, okay, and then just with maybe 2 very small size rooms, and then 1 dining room, and then it's already a very good home for all those people in Hong Kong. Okay, of course, many people living under this standard, they cannot even have a very standardized unit with rooms. Sorry, but we can still have a good life.